it was awesome. I'm sorry.
Let me ask this though, because I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine, and because you seem like you're like having attention to detail. A lot of people will be taught that, and or they'll have teachers who attempt to teach that. And a lot of people don't always hold on to the attention to detail. I know for me that's a struggle. You know, attention to detail and staying focused if it's not something that's physical. Like if I don't know if you're familiar with like how Jackie Chan and how his acrobatics, his old movies, how he used to do all that stuff. And when it comes to stuff like that, I pay attention the hell out of it because I like being physical. I like to move.
Understand.
Like being acrobatic and stuff like that. Something you haven't seen yet.
Let me find out.
But I get into that type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that I would focus in on. Like, but you're talking about a lot of cerebral things, right? Now, a buddy of mine, he's like really fascinated with stuff like deals with the mind, and he tried to convince me that because me and him have similar interests, and we both edit video. Shout out to Jamar Denzel. That's what I'm talking about. Jamar Denzel. Shout out to him. But he said, "Yo, I think that we have a little bit of autism." And I said, "What the hell do you mean?" I said, "What you mean?" He said, "Yeah, I think we're a little autistic." Man, he said, "Think about it." It says like me and you get into heated conversations, which we do, but it's all love.
Yes.
And you get into those conversations, but it's always about being attention to detail. Conversation that we had. No, you said this. No, I didn't say that. Look at this. Look at these text messages, and we have to constantly fact check each other, right? And I'm going to ask like your ability to remember what you've learned. Not only that, because you're talking about stuff from 8 and 10 years old, technical stuff. You know, I know things about from 8 and 10 years old, but not technical things. You know, I remember. Do you think you have a little bit of autism?
There's something going on in this brain. I just
like a little like not attention, like the opposite of attention deficit. Yeah, like if you pay attention, and there are days when I'm like, there's no way she's awake. I know we was hanging out how I'm hurt right now. Like she's up. So
it's I mean, in regards to like skills from when I was younger and applying it now. It's application. So like, you know, there's certain things obviously from when I was younger that I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But those specific skills, it's application with something that I'm passionate about. So like I want to be great in this. So why wouldn't I remember those opportunities that God put in my life to like a building block? You know, I don't want to try to get to step 4 and then God's like, okay, well, step 4, but you forgot step 1. It's like, no, I gave you step 1 this day. And then like, you know, step 2, step 3, so you can get to step 4. Like if you try to jump to step 4 and forget everything in step 1, that's a faulty foundation.
So you're attributing your ability to remember what you've learned with application. So
I've been using it.
So with Logic Pro, you used it to record your singing group at one point, and that being able to edit music and sound is very similar, not the same, but it's similar to video.
Yeah.
So because everything is moving pictures, you're hearing sounds, you got to match everything up.
Right.
So all of that stuff you're applying to application. Exactly. So that makes a lot of sense because maybe that was my issue at one point. You'll learn something technical, but then you don't know when the hell you're supposed to use it, so you just forget it.
Yeah.
So you actually used it in things that made sense okay, so now it makes sense. Because I would say a couple of weeks ago, I was actually thinking about you when it came to that. I was like, okay, when the hell did she learn how to do and I don't know why, it was a random thought, and you just popped in my head. I'm like, when the hell did she, but now that makes sense, you know, because I do remember things, you know, working with my hands or whatnot. I remember that stuff, but it's because I apply it.
That
I'm dealing
muscle
with it
memory.
right now.
It's the
muscle
same
memory. Okay.
Yes. No.
So it's not.
Sure.
So you're not autistic.
I mean, the verdict is out. But